Welcome, gamers, to the greatest generation G3 podcast here. My host here, Mark Snipe 90, got Matt Mow Them Down, and our buddy Steve Caritas here. We'll kick off the show here. Got a couple topics to discuss. We're missing our guy Leo. He's out doing Leo stuff. Matt, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. Leo's out enjoying some family time on a vacation, so good for him. We'll miss him, but we'll try and fill in the shoes, I guess. Otherwise, I was glad that Steve could hop in, just so we've got at least a little more banter ability, I guess. But I'm good, man. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everybody out there is enjoying their evening, and I'll pass it on to Steve. How you doing, bro?
How you doing, Steve?
I'm good. I'm tired, man.
Hanging in
Glad
there?
the kid's been sick. Played some
Right on.
God of War 2018. Life's been
Good
a
game.
little bit of
good
this, a
game.
little bit of that. Right?
Picked out a good one. Right on. Got a little PlayStation action going on. I like it.
Yeah. I had to beg, borrow, and steal for that one.
I just gotta get
My
the
buddy
sequel.
just wanted me as PlayStation 4. He was like, here you go.
That's very nice, though.
Well, speaking of,
We're gonna get into the news.
yeah, we got some Nintendo Direct dropped a couple days ago. I don't know about you guys. I know Matt maybe not be excited, but got to look on a couple things I've been on the lookout for. Of course, they got their Pikmin 4 release. Got the classic Game Boy expanding into their online collection. Got the Breath of the Wild sequel. I'm Metroid Ghost Drop. It's new for Nintendo. They're kind of not into that sort of thing, which is cool. I haven't picked it up yet. I was hoping for a new Metroid game myself, but that'll do for now. I know Steve, you got a Switch, right?
I do. I
Which,
played a lot.
Looking forward to some of that stuff.
I mean, I played Breath of the Wild, and I grew up on Metroid, right? So Samus was my first video game crush. I still stand by that one. No, I'm really looking forward to the Breath of the Wild sequel. I think it was probably one of the better executed RPGs that has been put out in the past, 10, 15 years. There's only a couple that I could be like, yeah, they're just as good or maybe a little bit better, like God of War, The Witcher 3, Breath of the Wild. They're all in the same conversation. I mean, just phenomenal. And I'm definitely looking forward to Metroid. I grew up on it, would love to play it again, get into it. And also, it's a good way for me to ignore my kids. So that's a win.
Yeah, I looked at a couple snippets of the gameplay, and
Did it look good?
Compared to the GameCube, it's kind of night and day in some instances, but it's definitely for the Metroid fans. I'll probably get it eventually. I've added to my list of
The backlog.
art. Yeah, the backlog.
I didn't see any of the gameplay.
It's good. It looks pretty good.
Is it?
Matt, you hop on the Switch train soon?
Man, I just too many things, man. Too many things to try and get into. But it is cool that they had the drop of the Metroid. Otherwise, yeah, the Zelda games, man. That's the main draw for me. But I just don't know if I can pull the trigger just for those. I do think it's interesting their pricing scheme that they're going with or whatever. Pikmin's going to be 60 still. Zelda's going to be 70. I guess they're talking about they're just going to reserve the $70 price point for select games and whatever. I'm curious to know, I guess, what the criteria is for that. But it's an interesting strategy. It'd be cool if they would maybe go lower than 60 on some of their stuff too, depending on, what the title is. But it'll be interesting, I guess, if they will at least kind of acknowledge that there are different games that maybe are worthy of different price points or whatever, rather than just everything, being the 70, I guess, is the new normal. So.
Yeah, those prices just keep on climbing. I Yeah, we talked a little bit offline.
I was about to say, at least you
Yeah.
got to save some money on it. Yeah.
So they, if you have to be an online subscriber, you get the voucher deal, which is any 2 games basically for $100. So you save. I got Pikmin 4 and Zelda, pre-ordered those, so saved a couple bucks. I think it was like around $30. Um, Steve, I don't know if you're subscribed or not, but take advantage if you can.
No,
Um,
I'm not.
maybe look
I,
at-
I play Switch like just enough to justify having it, but I don't play it
right on.
so much
Right on.
that I justify buying a lot of games for it, right? If that makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes sense.
Therein lies the nature of my hesitance.
You don't want to get it for the 3 games. Yeah.
Well, it's like
Well,
even if
it
I
was
did,
really
yeah,
nice
it's
when
like
my
I
wife
don't
was giving birth to my second son. So
for sure.
I was watching South Park and playing Switch.
There you go. But yeah, it's like my concern is, okay, am I going to buy this thing and then buy these games, and then am I going to have time to play them? I already, don't have time to play all the stuff that I have and want to play anyway or whatever. So I'm going to dilute my time even more or whatever. I certainly enjoy getting to play some of the games, but yeah, it's like, can I justify it for myself if it's just going to sit collecting dust? I
Right
don't
on.
know.
I see it. I mean, the whole rumor behind the Switch coming to an end ordeal, so it may not be a good time for it. But I don't see it happening. People got their speculations.
If it happens and I can get it on the cheap or whatever, then
Yeah, get the cheap OLED.
yeah.
But moving on to some Microsoft news. Some of you listeners and Matt, I know you got touch base a little bit on it, but Microsoft announces another round of layoffs. The old state of Washington. I think it was around like 10,000 people or so. Hard times, even harder times for these people, especially a big corporation such as Microsoft. Matt, what are you
Well,
feeling?
so yeah, I mean, so to clarify, I guess a bit for everybody, this is just the second round of layoffs that they're implementing. The total layoffs that they had announced and that they're targeting for is 10,000 employees overall or whatever. So, reason that we brought this up was kind of at the behest of our infamous leader Leo, who isn't even here, but he shared a story from Windows Central talking about how this round was a little egregious. And I mean, I guess I don't disagree, but it was funny to have the change of heart on it. But yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, and it leaves some concerns over some of their other stuff that they're doing right now. If they're having to cost cut, I guess at this length, but it is what it is. My sympathies to anybody that is going to get canned, and hopefully they'll find something else real quick, and it won't be a huge, devastating thing for their lives. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bummer. Business doing business things, I guess. Steve, I know you were saying you got some opinions on this. What's up, man? How you feeling? You pulling all your stock or what?
I don't have stock in Microsoft. Wish I did. Probably a good time to buy right now. So from my perspective, as someone that works in the tech sector, I've helped businesses adapt technologies. I've helped them, I've taught CEOs how to run their business essentially. So what usually happens when a round of layoffs like this comes, it's either a cost-cutting measure or a revamping of what they're going to do with their processes, procedures, software, whatever they're going to do, right? Now, what usually happens in a realistic, like wholesome scenario, those big businesses that are laying people off, they're laying off people that are either brand spanking new, underperformers, or people that just suck at their job, right? Is that a little harsh to say? Yeah. But it's the reality. They don't choose their best performers to go. They choose, you've been here 6 months, you're gone. You're gone. You are paid way above market average, you're gone. What has been happening recently, though, in the tech sector in general, this is not just Microsoft that's doing this. This is Google. This is name 100 other tech companies. They're all doing it right now.
For sure.
There is a problem in the tech sector where they have this influx of people and they are not adapting new technologies as fast as you would expect them to. My job is very secure because I'm a consultant. Other people's jobs are not. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I think Microsoft is doing a cost-cutting measure because they're not getting the returns that they had 2-3 years ago before COVID. They're not getting that now. So they're cost-cutting. They want to put money in their pockets. The easiest way to do it, the easiest way and the sleaziest way to get money in your pockets as a corporation is to lay people off. I think it's a bad move. Because in 5 years, they're going to hire 20,000 people within the next 5 years to cover all those jobs that they just went by to, right? So I think it sucks. I think it's a bad move. But I'm not a CEO.
Or of a save now, pay later ordeal.
Yeah, save now, pay later. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I will say that part of what they talked about in the article, and I guess part of the reason why maybe feelings changed on is that there's actually some pretty veteran employees that were involved in this round of firing, and then they pretty much fired like half of everybody involved with like the HoloLens and stuff. They cut out some stuff, but I mean the HoloLens thing, you kind of had to see that coming. Yeah, you kind of had to see that coming. But yeah, it's it is a bummer. I'm sure it's cost cutting and just kind of reorganizing stuff. They hired a lot of people when the pandemic was going on or whatever because people were using a lot more of these internet services and whatever these softwares. But I'm sure they're also trying to make room, for the pending acquisition if that goes through. It's just I don't know. Yeah, it's not a great look, but yeah, it's certainly not like they're the only ones in the industry or even otherwise. It's kind of a thing right now.
Yeah, it is. It's a very big thing.
Excuse me, sorry.
I mean, I hear a lot about it because, again, I do work in the tech industry, so it is a big thing right now. A lot of companies are cost cutting.
I think they'll migrate over the old Sony's doorstep.
Yeah, Google did it. Microsoft's done it. Sony probably will sooner or later. It's hard to predict. It's hard to predict where the tech industry is going to go, just because of how advanced we can get in a short amount of time.
Well,
I'll be curious to see, I guess, how things pan out with the prediction about hiring all the people back in 5 years or whatever. I don't know, man. They already got ChatGPT writing code and stuff. They're just gonna replace everybody with AI, bro.
No, they're not. Abominable intelligence is something that people should not play with.
And I don't necessarily disagree with you.
And the funny thing
ultra
is,
cost cutting right there.
All these super smart people, including Bill Gates, are like, we should really not mess with this. And a bunch of freaking nerds get into a room and they're like, no, we should make artificial intelligence. No, don't. Bro, I ain't living in Terminator.
It's the way of the future.
Are you high? No, it's not. It's the way of Armageddon, man. I ain't John Connor.
I mean, they already invested in a bunch of stuff. It's not like it's true AI at this point. It's just learning, algorithms or whatever. But
right.
I mean, it's definitely more cost effective versus paying a bunch of people. So
Yes, it is.
Wouldn't
But
shock
AI
me
also
if
has
again business be business. Do business
AI has
bad.
severe flaws.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
don't disagree. Yeah.
So the human mind is able to adapt very quickly. We can adjust, make snap second decisions, but we do it in the sense that we're doing it to help other people out, right? So like even the developers I work with, when they develop the software suites, right? They're not developing it to be like what they want. They're developing it to be what the user wants. What does the user want? It's a lot easier for a person to understand that than it is to put the data into AI and hope the AI comes back and spits out the program you want. Because it's not always as easily adaptable, right?
Yeah.
AI, as it stands now, is very advanced. It is flawed, but it is advanced. It works in a lot of scenarios. But when it comes to user interface, that's where you really want the human aspect. And that's what most developers are doing. They're programming all this cool stuff. They're programming all this background stuff, but the goal of it is always to give the user of the software the easiest time possible. If that makes sense.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I see it more and
I could
more.
really go down the rabbit hole. I could
Yeah,
do
it's
an hour
a.
talk on this.
Well, I will say, I see it more and more in these retail stores. And 10 cashiers went down to one cashier and 4 self
Dude,
checkouts.
Walmart, yeah.
So
Like, I don't want
it's
to check
definitely.
myself out. Like, if I want to check myself out, I'm going to go look in a mirror. Like, I know I'm handsome. Stop.
But speaking of checking out, Netflix password sharing crackdown has come. I don't know about you guys, but it might be time for me to check out that. Uh, right now, it's in a couple countries: Canada, New Zealand, Portugal, and Spain. They implemented the password sharing rate increase per guest accounts and stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I think it might have like 1 or 2 people that may be on it. Shh. But it's getting to that point where there's so many other services out there. Then do I really need it?
Yeah.
I pay $15+ a month right now for it, I think. But in addition to all my other stuff, the Hulu's, the Disney Plus, the YouTube TV, stuff like that, Paramount. So, I mean, Netflix does have their bangers here and there, but
Wednesday was good.
yeah, Wednesday was good. The series U just came out, the new series. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't watch that, man. It's too creepy for me.
Yeah. I don't know, Matt's probably got some good series on there, but you think you have it still?
I do have Netflix, and I do share it. I share it with my mother-in-law. Obviously, my kids have it on their little tablet things that I'm going to throw in the garbage every day. My sister-in-law and her husband, they share mine. I did hear, though, that they walked it back for the United States. So they said the password sharing was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then communications director or whoever it was came out and was like, but not for the United States. Just that's not happening now.
Yeah.
Because most of their user base is in the United States. And part of it
portion,
is
yeah.
the more views they get, the more money they can rake in, right? So it's almost like YouTube, to where they want the views because that gives them money. Because that means more producers want to throw money at them and produce shows. Netflix throws money at producers. It's just a weird, vicious cycle. But yeah, I think the password sharing thing is going to backfire on them. Because Disney doesn't care. And Disney owns Hulu. So Hulu doesn't care. Paramount, they don't give a shit.
Disney also owns like the entire world.
They own everything, man.
dropping a bucket for them if someone cancels.
But my bad. You got more to say on that?
No, just the there was rumors of the $7 increase for US, but it hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna happen, but yeah, they haven't implemented it here yet. They're scared, but yeah, I can't imagine that they're not going to do it. Like at this point, and this is why I always kind of reference the video streaming whatever when we're talking about Game Pass and everything. But you know, they've hit their market saturation point at this point with Netflix. Like there's not really much more growth that they're looking to achieve, so they have to do it by this kind of a measure or whatever, and see if people will subscribe on their own once they're off of a plan or whatever, or they can just get some extra money out of the subscribers that are sharing or whatever. It is very much true that Disney at all, whatever, they are not yet talking about it, enforcing any similar measures, but that's because they're still not the top dog. You know what I mean? Like Netflix is undeniably the top dog right now.
But Disney doesn't need to be the top dog.
Well, yeah, but
It doesn't
what
need
I'm
to be the top
saying,
dog.
but what I'm saying is, if they get to be or whatever, and they're hitting the point where they're not bringing in any new subscriptions or whatever, and they're kind of having issues with revenue versus whatever, like it'll come. It'll come.
Sometimes in business, you don't want to be the top dog. I know it sounds really weird, but you don't. You don't always want to be the top dog. Sometimes you want to be the follower in the pack, because the money you're raking in from the place you're following allows you to expand your other aspects of the business. Right? Disney does not care about the streaming. They don't. Not nearly as much as Netflix does. Not even close. Disney cares about, we get revenue here. As long as it's good, we're good. And we're going to take all that money. We're going to keep expanding our theme parks, making Marvel movies, doing all that type of crap. They don't need the money from streaming.
I mean, not as badly as Netflix, but that would be sort of the rationale behind that, is that, well, yes, the theme parks and whatever else, they do have other sources of income, of revenue generation or whatever. Netflix has kind of the one thing, in their repertoire right now. I mean, they are trying to move into like the game streaming thing, but
they
hasn't really taken off in any kind of substantial way. So
no, because no one knows about it. No one knows about their game streaming.
I mean,
I found out about it 6 months ago. And I was like, what type of games? And they're all garbage games. Like, why am I going to play any of those?
I don't know. One of them
Right?
I was playing seemed okay, but yeah, I mean, they're nothing
No, they're
special
straight garbage.
or
Hey,
mind-blowing
Netflix,
at this point.
fight me.
Ooh.
I don't care. I'll fight your whole company.
I think the only I would say game I played on there is that Trivia Crack thing, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Triviaverse. So my
What's-
wife and I, got a little buzz and found that like 3-4 weeks ago. We played it. It was fun.
Yeah.
She beat me. I was very upset about that.
Moving right along.
Was it? Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're good.
Is that something that it actually offers as like a 2-player thing, or you guys are just tallying?
No, it's 2-player. It's 2-player.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Triviaverse. Play it. It's really fun. It's actually
I think we did, but yeah, it was just like we just were answering the questions together or whatever. I didn't know there was like a 2-player component. She wouldn't be down for that anyway. But.
Yeah, I have to look at that again because I didn't know either. But
it is. Yeah.
anywho, right on. Speaking of some TV action / gaming, you guys catching any of The Last of Us?
Dude, yes.
Yes.
Best TV I've seen
It's good.
in my life.
I I know Matt just watched it right before this, but
I did, yeah. I was caught
I
up on
caught
that.
No
it.
spoilers. I'm not caught
No
up.
spoilers,
Ooh,
but
okay.
I caught it yesterday. Um, it was probably one of the best episodes so far.
Really?
My opinion, just my opinion. Really, without putting too much out there, it changed the characters
Dynamic.
a little. Yeah, a little dynamic of the show a little bit. But yeah, it's any fresh takes there, Matt, without any spoilers for Steve.
Yeah, trying to avoid spoilers. I mean, yeah, just
I'm
it's.
still gonna watch it anyway. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but yeah, I mean the series overall thus far has really blown me away with the quality of the production and everything. Like this is, I feel like this is setting new standards and bars for the medium in general, and not just like for video game adaptation sort of stuff. I mean, if they start winning like real awards or whatever, that's going to be really cool. I think I'm gonna have to stick with the third episode has definitely been the best one for me thus far. Like just it was very much a departure from the game, and it was very much kind of a standalone episode thing or whatever.
Mhm.
But I mean,
I,
as far as trying to tell a story, like
yeah,
fantastic,
the cinematic of that episode, I could see.
God, Ron Swanson was so good in that.
Yeah,
yes, he
I'm
was. Yeah.
sad to
I
see him
really
go.
hope that Nick Offerman
Ron
wins some
Swanson.
kind of award, man.
He should.
He's a cool dude.
But yeah, I mean, very good stuff. I'm liking that each episode seems to have kind of a vignette feel of like this is this chapter and this is this chapter. We're getting to know people, and then we'll whatever happens. But thus far, it is all very well like reinforcing where things are going. Like I'm still so curious to see the response of people who are not familiar with the video game. You know what I mean? Like the more broad audience, because
My wife.
I don't know if they're it's like I don't know if they're necessarily going to see where this is going. Like I think I had shared with you and Leo, Mark, you and Leo. I'm not sure if I shared it, Steve, with you and Logan, but there was somebody who put a little article up that I had seen that was discussing their thoughts on like the series thus far and where they thought things were going as someone who had no knowledge of the video game. Some of their stuff was sort of on point, and some of their stuff was gonna lead them to be kind of heartbroken, depending how long they are believing that that's how things are gonna play out. But yeah, like definitely watch the episode when you can, Steve. It is definitely a good one. I would say it's certainly high up in the ranking, I guess, of the 5 that we've got thus far. But yeah, it's I don't know, the past few have all been interesting. Like the last couple, especially like in terms of kind of giving subtle hints about the character development that Joel is going to go through at least. But yeah, it's great. I'm loving it. I want more content like this.
I thought episode 3 really highlighted Joel to an extent, right? So you see that he's upset about Bill, right? When he ends up at the house, he finds the note. Like, he is upset. He's upset about Bill. He's upset about Tess. You can kind of see that in Pedro Pascal, by the way, phenomenal actor. Cannot say enough good things about him. But the way he played it and the way it comes off is just, it's not like overwhelming sadness. It's not acceptance. It's like somewhere in between to where like he's hurt, he's upset, but he knows he has to do a job.
Yep.
Right? So I think episode 3 was probably one of the, like, it was a slow episode, but it was probably one of the most well-written pieces of television, film, anything that I've seen in a while. And I know Pedro Pascal got a lot of heat about playing Joel, but I can't name anybody off the top of my head that would have played Joel better. Not a single person.
Yeah, the casting on Joel was. I mean, some people hating on Ellie's casting as well, but
I don't get that either.
Which is stupid. It's probably because she's a little goofy looking or whatever, but who cares? Like,
She's also British.
I mean,
so, I mean,
also who cares? I guess.
She played everyone they have cast.
Yeah,
Back
she was
to
in
back
Game
Game
of Thrones.
I will say everyone they've cast so far is pretty
it was
good.
stellar.
I've been happy with it. Yeah, all the
And
performances
Marlene,
I thought have been great.
is it Marlene?
Yeah, she's the same chick who
literally
played her
was
in the game. Yeah.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Actually, apparently, now I'm not going to be able to think of her name, but the chick who voices Ellie and then Troy Baker, the guy who voices Joel, they're Ashley Johnson or something.
Johnson.
Yeah, but yeah, they're apparently they both make cameos, I guess, in the show at some point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was reading that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, everything's been super good with that show. But yeah, like the third episode, like it was all the lesson of, you got to find that person and protect them or whatever. And then in the last couple episodes, they kind of have similar things that are being imparted on Joel or whatever.
I disagree with that lesson.
That subtle whatever. Well, and I understand that, but and we're going to see how people feel about it once we get to the end of the season. But yeah, it is all kind of giving these subtle reinforcements of where Joel's mindset's going to be, I guess, as we get into it. But I will say, I can't remember where I saw this. I had this thought insofar as casting goes. Then I actually saw somebody else voice this opinion. I don't remember who the hell it was. But as an alternative, I thought Josh Brolin would have done pretty well. But that's... yeah, I mean, I'm happy with Pedro in the role. He's doing well.
Every time I see Josh Brolin, I just think about the Goonies. All right. Hey, you guys. Love that movie. If you haven't watched it,
Goonies?
Viewers, you need to watch it.
If
you don't watch it, you're a piece of shit. Yeah, dude. He was the older brother, man. You don't remember?
I honestly don't know that I've really seen much of that movie either, but sorry.
Right on.
If I could disown you, I would.
Thankfully, you don't own me, so not an option. Anyway, anybody else got, yeah.
Moving into our next topic. I know we're not all new to the trash talk in gaming, the toxicity in the PvP games. But Ubisoft has fast-tracked a kind of a harassment alert system of some sorts in the UK as of right now. Basically just trying to mitigate online gaming harassment and all the sorts there. We won't get too deep dived into that, but what do you think on policing your online voice?
I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, depending on what they're doing. But I did think it was wild that they were talking about like the extreme cases where stuff would get referred off to police departments or whatever for like when people were feeling. Yeah, sorry. When people were feeling like legitimately threatened, like their life was being threatened, and I'm like, my God, like how prevalent is that? I guess that they're.
God, I love being American.
Like, good Lord, man. I know people are definitely toxic online. I mean, we've all experienced that and everything, but I mean, you do hear about like the streamers doing crazy stuff, but like that, I feel I would hope that would be rare, but my God, I don't know. I'm sorry, everybody, if you're being harassed, that's not cool. Let us know.
Sorry.
We'll go beat him.
Sorry if I hurt you. No, Steve has hurt a lot of people.
I mean, I have. I'll do it again. I don't give a fuck. No, I understand the concept, right? Like they're trying to make a lot of young kids play these games, dude. They play these games, they get on voice chat, people say like really mean things. And yeah, we shouldn't, kids shouldn't be bullied, right? Unless they themselves are a bully, in which case, go for it. Pick out their weaknesses. Psychological warfare 101. But like most
Honey,
kids,
not
they're
vinegar,
just
Spud.
kids, man. They're just kids. They don't need this. They don't need to be afraid to hop on a game and have fun. Right? But at the same time, do I agree with it going to the police? Maybe not for a lot of cases. Now it just depends on what they're flagging, right? So if someone says,
I think they
I'm
call that
literally
specifically,
going
but
to
it's
kill
like
you.
violence. Yeah,
If someone says that, yeah, flag the police. Yeah, of course. 100%. It's a threat. It's a threat. And, you know, I've had people say, I'm going to kill you. To me, it's not a threat.
For Steve, it's exciting.
For me, it's like, please, God, come try.
Do it.
Come
But
try. Let's see what happens.
it's so weird
But
because
for other people, it's scary. It is. And you never know when someone's going to follow through with it.
unfortunately, you do have that
Today's
risk.
world is very,
Yeah, it's wild,
very
man.
scary.
Well, because
But
like
it's not the world today is not any more dangerous than it was 2,000 years ago.
right,
It's just we have media. Everything's reported now.
yeah, we're just more exposed to what's actually going on.
Everything's
we just
more
know
exposed.
the horrors of the world.
Yeah. Right.
But what I will say, yeah, like I'm curious to know how they what they deem like a legitimate threat or whatever. But I know Mark has, I don't think ever done this. Usually doesn't even speaking while we're gaming. But Steve, I would bet money that you've probably been like, listen here, I'm gonna come down, find you, I'll kick your ass or whatever.
Actually, I usually say, I'm going to shove my foot so far up your fucking ass.
All right. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, like what is deemed, I guess, a credible threat to where the cops are coming and knocking on your door. Yeah, I don't know. Weird development, weird times. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, speaking of some toxicity,
Of our city. Of our city.
we got some. I'll touch base on little Hogwarts.
All right.
People have been going to the dark side, I guess, on that game. Yep.
Everybody's mad because there's
everyone's
no
mad.
consequences to being evil, and I kind of understand. It's like, why even have the option if?
Yeah, it's not like Fable, but
I mean, Stalin didn't have any consequences. So.
Oh my god.
the game itself, I mean, it looks okay. Not something I'm going to pick up full price. I could see probably getting a couple hours enjoyment out of it, so I'll wait and see for a good sale. But yeah, people have been going in there and just slaying wizards. It's not the Harry Potter way, but people are loving it.
It's American way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Those wizards have oil.
Yeah, not sure it's really for me, but that she may want it, so I might pick it up, I guess, for her out on the sale or something. If she's super interested, she was actually just asking me about Stray today, and I'm like, yeah, we don't have a PlayStation, baby. But although, wait, I can't recall. That would come out on PC also.
I have to double check. It may be on Steam.
Google it.
I won't do that on recording, but yeah, I'll look that up. That might be something to get for her too.
I think Hogwarts.
It is on Steam.
Aha.
I think the Hogwarts game looks like straight up garbage.
Wow.
We had a whole blow up at my work on a Slack channel because someone mentioned the game and someone else got triggered over it. Which, the triggered, the way I just said that sounded kind of derogatory. It was not. I fully appreciate, I respect someone being offended by something. I don't, it's not my business, not my pig, not my farm. But I will say this, in general, I think all of Harry Potter is just super derivative. It had nothing original to it.
Yeah, for sure.
The magic system in the books is so loose. So freaking loose.
Well, yeah, it's
Might as well throw a
It's
hot dog
children's.
down a hallway.
it's wow, Steve. It's children's fiction, but yes, it is very derivative. I mean, admittedly, to an extent, there are no more original thoughts or whatever. Everything is a mishmash of something else or whatever. But
I mean, if you want to read actual good books with a good magic system, Sanderson.
oh, okay,
I'm gonna
thank
say.
God. I thought you were going to say Lord of the Rings. I'm like, the magic system in that is whack.
No,
But yeah,
no.
Sanderson is great. The
Okay,
Mistborn
first off,
stuff and
don't
whatever.
ever disrespect J.R.R.
Hey,
Tolkien
I'm
ever in your life again. All right, he is the God King of fantasy.
All good, but I'm sure Leo. Actually, I don't even know if Leo would be into that. Or not. I don't know if he's into that kind of stuff.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would be for
No,
him. He may
I
pick
feel-
it up
I
for
feel
his
like-
wife. I could
Yeah,
potentially, maybe. I
I
don't know
feel
if
like
she was into
Leo is
that or not.
a very strong ally, and just because of that, he probably won't pick it up.
Admittedly, I have kind of, I guess, my qualms with that stuff too. But I don't know. I still feel like there's so many more people involved, and the property is so much more than just J.K. Rowling. But
There's a lot of problems with that game, and
she does get the royalties, so it is like.
that is true.
It's a shit
Right on.
sandwich.
We're moving to the backlog beatdown part 1, I guess you could say, because Leo's not here. We're not going to touch too in depth with it, but I'm sure he's going to want to talk about it when he comes back. My game was Psychonauts 2. Matt had Half-Life 2. Steve had Oblivion for some odd reason. Shot himself in the foot there, but I completed mine last
Could have gone
week.
for the head.
Matt recently, a couple days ago, right?
It was last night getting it in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Right on the wire there, bud.
On the wire, yep. And Steve, I know, probably didn't play 1 minute of it.
Yep.
So
I think I played 10 minutes
Oh,
and I
okay.
got completely
and then
sidetracked,
got distracted with God of War. It's okay.
and then got to work, and also like sick kids, sick wife.
Right on.
I've been on a bus of struggle.
Leo has he struggled. He did struggle. We knew it was going to be a struggle. He's very bad at
Ambitious.
going off the beaten path there and getting sidetracked. But he
was enjoying himself.
He enjoyed himself. He got a little upset about one of the trophies or something. But
Yeah, not being able to get all.
I'm sure he'll
go back.
knowing he'll go back. Yeah, he'll definitely go back. Me on the other hand, I missed a couple. I'm not too worried about it. A couple years ago, maybe, but the achievement things on the back burner for now.
Yeah.
Reach my goal of 150 or whatever it is. So, but anywho, so a little fun. We got some games off our list.
Steve, we'll get you that T-shirt.
Steve,
Mark,
you get
I'd be curious to.
I'll wear
hear
it
your
with
thoughts on.
I'll wear it
Psychonauts
with
2.
pride and shame.
It was really good. The story was, again, really good. Character development was pretty on point. Gameplay, of course, is always fantastic in those games. I don't know if you ever played them or not, but
I've played a bit of the first one.
Okay,
That's on my
okay.
backlog.
yeah, the platformers is one of my favorite genres or areas of gaming.
So you must have loved Prince of Persia.
I always enjoyed
Sands of
the
Time, bro.
yep,
If
Sands
we
of
could
Time.
just bring
Yes.
that back,
Sands
I
of
would love
Time,
to play
Yeah,
again.
that was money.
I like platformers too. I've never played Psychonauts, so
I recommend.
if you
It's on
recommend
Game
it,
Pass. It's
I'll
on Game
play it.
Pass. I beat
Yeah,
it
it is on Game
in
Pass.
I think 13 hours.
Well, I got to beat God of War Ragnarok first.
So it wasn't too hateful. Again, it could have been longer, but I kind of sped through some parts just to get it done. But
Yeah.
overall, good game. Matt, how was Half-Life?
It was excellent, and I'm kicking myself in the ass like the whole time. Like, why did I not play this sooner? it was honestly really good. Like even compared to stuff here in the modern era or whatever, it was kind of holding its own. But man, if I'd played it back when it released, it probably would have blown my mind. Yeah, gameplay was solid. Like art direction is good, and some of the things that they were implementing with effects. I mean, texture or resolutions, I guess, of textures being pretty low, but otherwise, like it's not a bad looking game or whatever. And it was a cool experience the whole way through, man. It was a real fun ride. It was excellent.
Nice.
Again, I guess kudos to Leo for coming up with this, just so we've got some motivation to play some of the stuff that we needed to get back to.
I'm going to choose God of War Ragnarok for my next one.
Oh, there you go. So maybe 2025 we'll complete that. Gotta get a PS5.
It'll be done by 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Not sure if we can do like a modern, new release on your backlog beat down there, bud.
It's been on my backlog.
Yeah, I'm working on.
It's been on my backlog before it was even announced.
I don't know about you guys. I'm working on Origami King for Switch, as well as Kirby and Forgotten Land. Those are next 2 on my list. I want to do at least 5 this year.
Origami King?
Yeah, Mario. Favorite Mario. It's good so far. It's a little longer Mario game, but I'm going to slide through Kirby first and then move back into that.
Smart.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish Trek to Yomi.
I also have to finish that.
Which, very good game. Just
I need to try it again. I got bored half an hour in.
I love the art style.
Yeah, the art.
The art is phenomenal. The story is pretty good too. Something about the gameplay just kind of
It hit or miss at some points.
It's mid, as the kids say. I don't know what the kids say because I'm like 90 years old.
Man, what's on your radar for the next beatdown?
I'm sorry, you were asking me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't make out exactly what you said there. Anyway, I don't know, like probably, I guess maybe include some of the titles that I did previously, at least. At some point, I'm really tempted to do Disco Elysium, but that's going to take me forever, so that wouldn't be like a 1 month one, so I'm probably going to hang on to that for a little bit. I don't really know. What's up?
Did you ever finish 12 minutes?
I sure didn't, bud.
But isn't it only supposed to take 12 minutes?
I assume yes, if you play it all correctly or whatever. Yes. Yeah, if you somehow divine how to do everything in your first run. I go. All right, Steve.
I will say I don't
buy that game.
See how you could figure it out in the first run.
I feel like that's probably not possible.
No it took me like,
if nothing else, the controls
at least 10.
You're still trying to figure out. Yeah, that was really good. I do. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna have to, I guess, buy it at some point when it's on sale. Or I would like to actually finish that. It's like I got to the point, trying to minimize spoilers for Steve here, but got to the point where I'm like in the bedroom and have everything set up, and then I can't figure out how to.
Matt, I'm never gonna play it.
Oh well, fair enough. But I'd always get Willem Dafoe like knocked out or whatever and handcuffed and shit, and then he would just pop right up out of it and was like, I don't know what to do.
Why does he have to be Dafoe? Can't he be Dufresne?
I don't know. Maybe it's
it's
FAUX. He's Defake, not no.
Right on. Well, speaking of backlog beatdown, I'm sure
games.
Games. It's that time of the episode.
Ooh.
Release radar. So we talked a little bit of Hogwarts Legacy. That was our last one, but we got Blanc coming out on Switch PC. Journey to the Savage Planet on the new series X and S and PlayStation 5. I know Matt just picked you said you just picked that up, right?
Yeah, recently in the sale, yeah. So cool free upgrade.
Yeah.
Maybe, unless if it's not, I don't know.
I would hope so. I sure would hope so.
Yeah.
Souls of Chronos, PS5, Switch PC, Tomb Raider Reloaded on the iOS and Android. I'm not not sure. I'm way out of the picture on mobile games, so I'm sure Leo will let us know about that one. Wanted Dead on all the things. Got Pharaoh, A New Era. We got Returnal PC, Shadow Warriors 3, PS5, Xbox. Theater, ooh, I don't want to butcher that one.
Wow.
Theater Rhythm, sure. Final Bar Line, PS4, Switch.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
gonna
I
end
mean.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna end it with that one. I don't know about you guys, but nothing really stands out for me, except Returnal. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I'd be curious to mess around with Returnal, but I don't know. Not honestly, don't know how well this PC would handle that either. Like that was one of the ones that they were talking about, like a 32, gig RAM kind of recommendation or whatever. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, you want to
Uh,
melt your power supply?
yeah, right. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, that one, is one kind of on the far out list. The Journey of the Savage Planet thing, I didn't know they were coming out with a refresh for that, so I may have to install that, I guess, on the internal drive and check that out. But otherwise, Shadow Warrior 3. I don't know if you guys have ever played any of those games. Those are usually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Decent little ride or whatever. So I'll probably check that out potentially. They were on Game Pass or whatever. So if they throw that one up on Game Pass, I'll assuredly check it out. The last one there, yeah, I don't know how you pronounce that either, and it's not something I'll have access to. So whatever.
Steve, anything? Feeling
Maybe Shadow
feeling froggy?
Warriors 3. That's about it. I
Understandable.
mean, nothing.
Yeah, it's been a slow beginning of the year.
I think not. A lot of games are decent, but I don't have time to play decent games. I need to play
Yeah,
really, really great games.
short and sweet. I get it.
Yeah.
Especially family. I get it.
Yeah, my kids are shitheads.
Yeah, I get a couple hours tonight, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'll get an hour or two tonight, and tomorrow I'll be running around to watch the Super Bowl. Who you got,
Oh,
Chiefs or
yeah.
Eagles?
I'm not a fan of either, but
I didn't ask you if you were a fan.
I like Mahomes as a quarterback.
Yeah, I hate his brother, by the way. And Jackson Mahomes, if you ever see this, I'd love to fist fight you.
Oh, okay. Well, Ubisoft's going to refer him to the police now.
Yep. There you go. The ban.
I was hoping for it.
But yeah, I think that was pretty much sums it up. Matt, what you been playing? What you been doing? Where can people not find you?
That's right. Still lurking. I mean, I was playing a bunch of Half-Life 2. Now I'll, I guess, move on to some other things. Curious to know, I guess, if you gents want to play anything this evening.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. Just kind of been doing some other stuff other than the video game thing. Still trying to see if I can do anything with the work homies or whatever with the musical exploration or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's been something I want to get into forever, and I've always been a little bit beach about it, but trying. Otherwise, doing some culinary stuff and whatever. Had the parents over last weekend, made some fancy meal for them, which is cool.
Got off Pinterest.
No. I saw like a YouTube video or whatever with somebody making some recipe, like eggplant pecorino rather than Parmesan or whatever, and doing it in a way where it's not. I don't know. Yeah, you kind of like layer it like a lasagna or whatever. Big it. It's really good. Made that with some pasta and some like seared up broccoli and stuff. Whatever. It's pretty fire. Got like a syrup that I make that's like a pear, apricot, whatever, like rosemary syrup, and yeah, pour that in, top that up with champagne. So
I don't know if I'm supposed to be hungry.
And then, well, yeah, both, baby. And then this will be, I guess, first time we really get into this on the show. Leo will be mad, but hey, it's it's legal here in our state now. I got my parents to eat a gummy each, and that was funny.
Oh,
That was good, yeah.
right on.
I would have paid to see that.
it was a good time.
Your retired colonel father,
Major,
eating a gummy.
Major. He never
Retired
got the
major.
bird, but
father.
yeah.
Good deal.
I mean,
Steve,
hey, their anniversary is 420. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Doesn't have anything to
it's
do with
made-
that, actually, but always helps me remember.
Yeah. See what you. I know you've been doing some God of War action, but what you been up to?
Yeah, so I've just been busy with the kids and wife. Everybody was sick except for me because I'm a superior being to everyone.
Yeah.
I piss excellence every day.
Right on.
I'm phenomenal. Like, I don't die. It's weird. No, I've been playing busy at work, busy with the kids, busy with the wife, but I still managed to beat God of War 2018.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Phenomenal game. Just downloaded Ragnarok. Almost done. It'll either be the best $70 I spent or the worst.
I'm sure
I
you'll
don't
be.
know. That $70
Jesus,
could have bought
I'm
me
sure
a
you'll
good
be-
amount of ammo.
Well,
It's
admittedly, you are buying a library of games for something that you can't play them on regularly, but yeah, I can't
Nah,
imagine
yeah.
you'll be dissatisfied with them.
nah, you'll get your money's worth.
I'll tell Aaron I need your PlayStation again.
I forgot to say, and I thought one of you two had even referenced it earlier or whatever during the Netflix thing, but yeah, that You show, the lady and I
Yes.
just crushed all 5 of the episodes of that
What,
last
new
night
one?
or whatever. And yeah, the new season.
Oh my
yeah.
god!
Bro, I mean, we've been caught up on that
Yeah.
show for a while. Yeah. I mean, it was,
I don't-
they're like
I don't
roughly
like it.
45 minutes a piece or whatever. So we, got our dinner going and we just hung out and watched through that. And it's been interesting. The overall tone of this one has been interesting thus far. But I will say now that we're at the halfway point or whatever, I'm like, man, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with the next half. It's going to get wild, I guess. But it was pretty good.
Ooh.
Of course, lots of snide takedowns of capitalism. So, nah.
I know all about you. My wife watches it. I don't because I don't think it's good. But a good show recommendation. Mayor of Kingstown.
It's good.
Jeremy Renner.
I agree.
Is it good?
Great show. Yeah.
If he comes
He
back,
shoots a Nazi in the face. So
Oh my! Well,
that's a
Mike.
win already.
he might not come back from his.
yeah, running
so
himself over with a snowplow. Yeah,
No, he got messed up, dude.
We'll
Yeah.
see what
You know-
happens.
you know what
I
he
mean,
did? He
I
was
would
trying
say
to save
he
his
was trying to
nephew.
dig out. Was it? I thought it was not people related to
No,
him.
he
but-
literally
Yeah, it was his-
tried to
it was
stop
his
to
nephew
save
or
his
something.
nephew.
okay.
His
And
nephew was
then-
about to get hit by it, and he got in front of it and slowed it down.
Oh.
And he got ran over.
I've seen pictures of that thing.
I
I don't know
forget what it's called, but like basically like crush,
the whole
Syndrome?
side of his body.
whatever it's called. Like he basically his whole side of his body got crushed.
Yeah, rough. Ugh.
Which, by the way, breaking ribs is painful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like the most painful thing you'll ever experience. I'd rather tear my shoulder.
Okay.
I'd rather break any other bone in my body besides my ribs.
Yeah,
And
you
he
do
had
tend to
all
move
of his ribs
your
broken.
torso around a lot. Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll get better. Oh, excuse me.
We're gonna round
Bless
out the
you.
show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Steve, thanks for going in for Leo and not fulfilling your backlog beatdown.
Hey man, don't rub it in my
It's
face
all
too
good.
much.
It's all good.
Wouldn't have been as exciting if we had
Yeah,
all
one
passed
of
that
us had to fail.
test.
Might as well be me.
But that's it for the show. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe button. We'll catch you next week. Hopefully we get old Leo back and we'll see what the old gaming's got in store for us. So thanks for tuning in. Good. What you got? Gaming's greatest you messed me up. Gaming's
Remember,
greatest
Yeah.
generation is the one you guys are a part of.
Thanks for listening to the Gaming's Greatest Generation podcast. We hope you enjoyed your time with us today. If you have any feedback for the show or would like to contribute ideas, feel free to call 702-690-9292 or email us at gamingsgreatestgeneration@gmail.com. You can also join the Discord community by following the link in the show notes. See you next time.